Thank you for joining us for the 2-minute drills. I'm Aram Talegian, joined by Fred J. Robledo. Freddie, we got another special one coming to you at your home away from home, Covina District Field, Friday night.
I'll be there.
Yeah, you will be there. And the reason you're there is actually somewhat of a bit of a surprise. A battle of 2-0 teams taking place.
Must go.
Right. That'll be Northview 2-0 out of the Valle Vista League against Rowland 2-0 coming out of the Hacienda League. And it's kind of nice. We talked about the Bishop of Mach and the Charter Oaks and the South Hills, West Covina, and so on. And here we have this as a pretty good non-league game that could send the winner on to some nice things.
And I made a point of this on the blog when I talked about it. When you go over the schedules in the summer, Aaron, and you look kind of week by week, what are going to be your big Friday night games.
Yeah.
This is not one you forecast that are talked about. Northview, who really struggled last year. Rowland also struggled. Now, neither one of these teams have played a great team yet, Aaron. I think for both of them, this is their biggest test on Friday. And Northview's one I'm really curious about because they're not just winning; they're blowing people out. I think they haven't given up more than a touchdown in their first game. They had to shut out the last game. Rowland too. Now they snuck by a game. I think I don't have all the scores with me.
Yeah, they snuck by Nogales in week 0.
Right. So, for both of these teams, this is a big test. I mean, for Rowland, can you compete in the Hacienda? Because we know right now with Los Altos, Bonita, Diamond Ranch, West Covina.
Well, they did last year.
Yeah. Well,
they won a share of the league title.
Right. But this year, I don't think there was a lot of, again, with Rowland, not a lot of expectation. They do play an easy early season non-league schedule. So I think for both of these teams, this is a test. I mean, it is a test. And it's exciting. I think particularly for Northview because the past few years they've kind of gotten away from that. They haven't really even competed in the Valle Vista League.
Well, they were alive for the league championship last year against San Dimas.
They were, but it was a game you knew going into it they weren't going to compete for the title. But Marcel Perez has done a great job. Year by year.
Then the game started.
Right.
Right. That's what happened. And that's pretty much what it was. But I mean, still, you got to hand it to Marcel Perez. I mean, he's done a very good job with the Northview program, and it looks like they're on the way to another decent season. The question is, can they handle the step up in class that's been kind of hurting some of these Valle Vista League teams? Most notably, San Dimas has lost to 2 Hacienda League teams, and now here goes Northview taking on a Hacienda League team. Now, granted, this isn't Los Altos or Bonita, but still, or West Covina. But still, Rowland's formidable. Yeah,
this Valle Vista League. I mean, with San Dimas coming back down to earth, it looks like it almost looks like it's wide open there. But there's no great team. I mean, when I look at that whole Mid Valley division, and I think you see Northview checking in at number 3 or 4 this week. That just tells you a lot about that Mid Valley division.
Yeah.
Granted, I know Northview hasn't played anyone. We're going to find out later on. But for Northview to be that highly ranked tells you about the Mid Valley. So it's a good game, Steve. You were at that game on Thursday night watching Northview. What can you tell us about it?
Yeah, well, I was actually impressed with their defense, the way they fly all over the field. Brian Salinas, who we all know is a great wrestler, he's gone to the state his first 3 years. He is a great linebacker, at least from what I saw against Gladstone. He was all over the field. He's a pretty good running back. They have 2 other good running backs, Damian Levine and Chris Blackman, and they had big nights. But like you said, this is a new Gladstone team. They're very young with a new coach, so it's hard to get a barometer. But it's not like you said. It's not like they're beating these teams 10-7 or 13-7. They're blowing these teams out.
Scoring a lot of points, which Northview hasn't scored a lot of points like this in the past. And if Steve's right, if their defense is even formidable against someone like Rowland, you have to like their chances.
For Rowland, obviously things would be a lot better if Avery Duffus, the all-area running back, who got injured in week 0, was around. But he's got a knee injury. He won't be there obviously on Friday night, so that hurts him. But their running game hasn't really missed a beat. Without him, I think they've got capable backs. They have a very good offensive line, Freddie, and I think that's why Rowland's going to win this game. I think their offensive line.
You have Rowland?
Yeah, I think their offensive line's going to do enough, going to push Northview around a little bit, and they're going to find points and play defense. I'm also going to rely on the fact that from the better league, from the better division. I know that's not always, foolproof, but that's what I'm going to go with here, and I think Rowland moves to 3-0.
Yeah, it's the Nogales win and just being able to hold them off. That's kind of concerning for me. Where Northview hasn't had those type of concerns, and Stevie talked about their defense, and I'm going with Northview here. I think they're going to be 3-0. I know we had a lot of disagreements this week on a lot of the selections. I think I pointed out like 9 games where we disagreed on, which is kind of unusual, and this is one of them. It probably can go either way. I like Northview, you like Rowland. I mean, it's going to be a great game.
Yeah.
2 unbeaten teams with the district on
Yeah,
Friday.
and the winner goes to 3-0 and has to like their momentum as league play gets closer. So Freddie will be out there. I'm sure I don't have to tell you fans of both the Vikings and the Raiders to be out there. This is at Covina District Field Friday night, 7 o'clock. Once again, somebody's O's got to go. Enjoy it.